My name is Gaius Marcellus. I am the Roman centurion that was assigned to the duty of seeing Jesus of Nazareth and two criminals crucified on that fateful day at Golgotha. In my time stationed there in Palestine, I'd seen men flogged, maimed, and killed in every way imaginable. I'd overseen the crucifixion of more men in this rebellious province than I can count. I don't say this as a badge of honor, but to establish my credentials. I know how men die. But this crucifixion, this death of the Nazarene, it was different from beginning to end. I watched Jesus refuse to beg for mercy as he was flogged and mocked by my troops. I saw his determined steps as he staggered till Golgotha. I heard the quiet prayer he offered to God to forgive his enemies. I was close. I heard even to ask for my forgiveness, the leader of his tormentors. We didn't know what we were doing. I marveled at his refusal for any painkiller. How strange and comforting were his words about paradise to the criminal on his left that he didn't even know. And even as he writhed in pain, he expressed tender concern toward his mother. I heard with my own ears his heartfelt cry of desolation, my God, it was directed heavenward. And then the final shout, it is finished. I'd never heard anybody speak like that from a cross. Well, when the sky darkened black, my heart began to race. This was no ordinary solar eclipse. Quickly, I ordered some soldiers to light some torches against the strange midnight twilight. In the shadow, I looked at the troops under my command. Some of them were shifting foot to foot. Their obvious anxiety was making it impossible for them just to stand still. One of my fellow officers to my left was sweating. Another just yonder was swallowing hard and clearing his throat as both of his eyes were just fixed downward. Many of my men in the darkness kept looking at the place in the sky where the sun should have been shining, where the gods were supposed to be reigning. Not a sound, however, did they offer. It was about an hour or so later. Jesus' head slumped forward with his last breath, and then the ground itself began to shake. Rocks were clattering down the hillside, and shouts of fear from the bystanders pierced the air. In the midst of this chaos, I stopped and I looked up at the Son of this Jesus of Nazareth, and out of my mouth, almost involuntarily, came my verdict. Truly, this man, Jesus, was God's Son. And I've often wondered since then, why did the Sanhedrin, the people's religious leaders, miss the obvious? Wasn't it their job to guide their people to truth and to God? And then what about his closest followers, the disciples? One was there that afternoon with Jesus' mother, but he seemed as downcast and confused as anyone there. What blinded those in Jesus' inner circle to the truth about Jesus' identity? It's not clear to me, nor is it clear why I, an unlikely and unclean Gentile, one of the Jews' very worst enemies, right, ends up being the first witness to declare the truth about Jesus. As I said before, I had put so many men to death that I could easily see the difference of how the Nazarene died. My other qualification was this. I had no fear of repercussion or personal agenda that would keep me from speaking this truth in public. Listeners, Jesus was killed because he claimed to be the Son of God. That's why we put him to death, for treason. But today I tell you, I, Gaius Marcellus, I was the first to recognize that Jesus was, in fact, who he said he was. He was the Son of God. By the way, in the months and the years ahead after that event, many other Gentiles like me would come to that same conclusion. And so I leave you who are seeking truth and justice, I leave you with this final thought. If Jesus' death revealed he was the Son of God, then in this story, who is truly guilty and who is truly innocent? In his death, Jesus revealed something divine and stunning, even to us Gentiles. So then, friends, how could the death of this Jewish victim be a mere accident?